Sticking around. What a great game. It was the battle that you would expect it would be. Incredible atmosphere. We knew it would be. This place continues to spoil us, not just by showing up, but the way that they show up. The energy that Beaver Nation brings to us is, I mean, I don't know how you describe it, to be honest. It's overwhelming. It's incredible. It's a blessing. I was so proud of this team for taking strides forward, not just tonight, but all 80 minutes this weekend. I thought this team just continues to mature right in front of our eyes. They're rising to each challenge that's in front of them. The other night we came up short. I didn't think we were quite mature enough defensively, especially. We made a few too many mistakes that allowed them to separate from us, and then we couldn't overcome that tonight. I thought our defense was on point from the beginning. The mistakes were fewer. The shots were huge that this team hit, and I just thought that their energy, just their overwhelming energy and their will to win was elite tonight. And I just couldn't be happier for this group. Oregon's obviously a great basketball team, and forced us to play, huge. And that's what the Pac-12 is. It's a privilege to be a part of it, and we're all making each other better as we move forward. And so it was a great night in Gill. And this group is just continues to amaze me and everybody else, and they're just scratching the surface of what they're capable of, in my opinion.
Katie, you've played in a lot of big games here, and last year Civil War you hit a big shot. Where does this rank, and just how exciting was it to finish off your home career against them here with the win tonight?
Well, it feels really good going 6 for 8 in Civil War games among my career. Civil War games are always fun, and tonight was just amazing with the crowd we had, the big performances we had, and just really proud of my team and what we were able to do tonight.
6-2.
Oh, 6-2. So
Yeah.
6 for 8.
Oh, 6 of 8?
Yeah.
Nice.
Destiny, you guys had struggled a little bit offensively the first 6 minutes of that fourth quarter. What kind of changed, down the stretch? I mean, you got open for a big three. Was there anything you guys were able to do, or what were they kind of doing that didn't allow you guys to get going in the fourth quarter?
I think just they were changing their defense around. We adapted to it. Our coaches are smart. They called great sets that could, take advantage of where we were open. And I think we did a good job of just being patient and just waiting for our shots to come. We're a great shooting team. We know we're going to hit. They're just going to fall. So when they attack their weakness.
Aaliyah, how much did Friday night's game motivate you guys here at home?
Yeah, I think we were right there in Friday night game, and we knew we didn't play our best game, so that was definitely a huge motivation factor for us. And then obviously playing in front of our family, this is all extended family to us. So coming off Friday's game, these last 2 days we really worked hard, made a few adjustments, but we were excited to get back out here.
Scott, you talk a lot about building this team and how it grows and all that. Does this happen tonight in the fourth quarter if you don't go through that Arizona State, that Utah situation where you have to figure out how to win games?
Yeah. I think it all works together for sure, and that's the beauty of the journey for a teacher and a leader, is that you get to take strides off each lesson, and we're just looking for lessons. Anytime you play a great team, you're going to have the team's ear, hopefully, because they know they're going to need to be on point to win. Anytime that you get beat, there's no better time because it hurts. So then there's opportunities to build them up, show them what they can do differently, because they're ready to listen, they're ready to learn. They don't want to experience that again. And so each one of those bits of adversity has bumped this team forward, and so the ASU loss exposed us defensively to let a player go 9 for 9 in the second half, like Ibis did, to beat us. Obviously can't happen again, and so that helped us learn and grow. The other night helped us learn and grow. The Stanford loss helped us learn and grow. It's taken great performances to beat us. We knew that, so that's very encouraging too. And so it's our journey that we're on. I think there's still more growth ahead, but I don't think you have to lose to learn, though. And that's what we're getting to here, is this team just understanding what they're capable and see themselves. We have a first-year point guard, and we have a first-year 5. While they might not be freshmen to our program, they're in their first year in those positions. Those are usually challenging seasons for programs. You know, this team, I've pushed this team as hard as I've pushed any team that I've coached because they've needed to grow up quick. It hasn't been easy every day, and it hasn't even been fun, to be honest, for me, because I would love for them not to hear my voice as like fingernails on a chalkboard, which they have at times, but they have to see themselves what they're capable of. Now we've had these enough experiences to where they're like, oh, I guess we are pretty good, you know. And it's like, yeah, no, you're not just good, you're elite. So let's keep grinding and expecting more from ourselves. So I'll never pass up an opportunity that comes in any which way, you know, to foster growth. So yes, it's all work together.
You started, or you played Grimmick a lot Friday and started, and what made you decide to do that?
Ruthie Hebert. You know, Ruthie was confident against Maddie. I mean, Maddie is a great post defender, but Ruthie's bigger, you know, and that right hand is hard to stop unless you have length. And so I thought we impacted her in game one with our length, both Joe and Trish. And so, you know, it didn't surprise me where they went with the ball. It was just like Ruthie was just too confident. So we needed to do something different, I thought. And we've liked Joe coming off the bench. She seems to be comfortable in that. But at this point of the season, February now, I think Joe knows who she is. I don't think the role necessarily matters starting off the bench. Just what can I do to help the team? That's what she's demonstrated to me.
Scott, talk about the job the bigs did defensively, especially help side. I know the team defense was great, but especially the bigs tonight.
Yeah, clogging up the middle, that's their role, you know, is take away the rim. And the game changed, of course, when Ruthie went down. You know, then it turned into just a chess match that neither of us had probably prepared for. I mean, we hadn't. It threw us off our game in our third quarter because they've got 4 guards on the floor. Figured they would do that and just go small with Boley and Satu at their 2 post positions. Now they've got 5 guards, so we went small as well, which threw our offense off a bit. You know, then they went to a zone, and we're trying to run stuff that we've never run with people in positions they've never been in. You know, but we had to adapt, and then finally we settled in the fourth quarter with a bit of a wrinkle with Joe out there and had her guard at guard. You know, and just took a risk in a way, but now they had to deal with her at the other end too, you know, which ended up paying off for us down the stretch, and it kept their zone maybe a little tighter than it would have been if we wouldn't have had Joe in the game. So the bigs are coming along. Their progression is one of the more enjoyable things that I've watched in my career and been a part of, just watching our coaching staff push them day after day, seeing the game slow down for them and see their confidence grow, you know, and so they're not reactionary quite as often. Now they're more anticipatory, which allows them to impact shots. Trish had a huge block in the first half, which was beautiful, led to transition. Joe impacted shots. So they are becoming a major force, you know, for this team, especially considering the perimeter players that we have.
Katie, you've been part of a lot of big wins. You were the only person who was on the team playing the last time you guys beat the #2 team in the country, which was when you beat Baylor to go to the Final Four. I wondered, where does this win rank in all the big wins you've had?
It's definitely up there. We've had a few big wins among my career, and so it's definitely special, definitely one that I'll never forget, and hopefully we'll have some more big wins coming up here soon.
Scott, I also asked Kelly, 2 big games, 2 sellout crowds, 2 exciting games. What does this say about the state of women's basketball in Oregon?
Oh, it's as good as anywhere. I mean, who would have thought this? You know, 10 years ago or 5 years ago even, that there would be this many. Here's the thing. It's not just that it's full houses. I mean, that's an amazing thing, but the quality of basketball that's being played on these 2 teams is unbelievable. I mean, the level that these 2 teams compete at, execute at, it's special. That's their only, I mean, it's just magnificent. And so the fact that we are both in communities that will support their programs like we have makes it what it is. And so we're in 2 communities that support their teams. And I don't know where else this is happening, you know, quite like this with people this close, with 2 programs this close together geographically, you know, and so it just makes everything we're doing more special, knowing that we've got amazing platforms to operate from locally and nationally. All eyes are on Oregon right now, you know, and this state just is, I don't know. The Northwest has loved women's basketball for a long time, though, and it's really neat to be a part of seeing it come to this level, it come to fruition, where we're both garnering the attention that we are. Yeah, it's special.
Aaliyah, why do you like coming off the bench so much? Or do you not? Are you playing this game because you're trying to play in the starting spot?
Aaliyah was like, Coach, can you just bring me off the bench?
She's awesome off the bench, so I'm curious.
No, I mean, one thing that's kind of nice about coming off the bench is you can kind of take that little time to see what your team needs. And then when you get in the game, you know what their defense is doing, what their offense is doing. So it's kind of nice to just have that time where you can watch the game and kind of be a fan for a second just to figure everything out and then come in and then do it.
Aaliyah, could you talk just about execution? It's something you guys mentioned after Friday game, but the execution at the end of this game, both with making free throws and then also you forcing that turnover against Ionescu, how key that was, and maybe if you can take us through what you did there.
Yeah, after Friday's game, execution was a big thing on both ends for us. Executing our defensive plan, and then obviously on offense, we knew we needed to score against them. But yeah, in that the last play where I got the travel call, I knew we had one foul to give. So I knew if I kind of ran up on her, I could either get a foul would be called, which was fine, or a travel would be called. So I don't know. I just kind of took a chance and went for it.
Scott, it was a week ago, the NCAA comes out with its projected number 1 seeds. A week later, 3 of them have lost. From a big picture standpoint, can you put that in perspective about just how exciting that is, really?
Yeah, there's so many great teams, so many well-coached teams. I think with Connecticut getting beaten the last couple of years, that's given a lot of people hope. I think that's one part of it. You want to believe that you have a chance. I think not only does that impact the players amongst probably the top 20, it impacts the coaches too. We're coaching from an opportunity where we can get this done, and there is hope. And, there's not just, when we went to the Final Four, you're playing against a Connecticut team that hasn't lost in 4 years. It's almost like, what's the point of this? Just hand it to them. Is how it almost felt. Even though you don't want to believe it, it was almost inevitable. That's no longer the case at the moment. Everybody feels like they have a chance. And so I think it's belief, it's confidence, and it's great coaching, and there's great players dispersed around the country now, and it's exciting time.
Scott, can you just kind of speak to getting your 200th win in a special environment like this, in a game like this, and an upset like this, everything that goes along with that?
I honestly didn't know this. I didn't even hear it until somebody told me standing on the court out there. And so, it's going to be one I don't forget. What a way to get a milestone, I guess, victory. And so grateful for the opportunity to work at my alma mater. Grateful to coach amazing people like this. I'll tell you, I'm standing on the court up there, and the greatest thing is it's like great game. Thank you. But my favorite compliments are, Coach, thank you for aligning and recruiting these incredible young women. That they're role models to everyone, and so numbers are numbers, and those wins are wins. But when you get to coach a group that you believe in, not only as competitors, but you believe in as people, and that who are focusing on outward and staying up there for 20 minutes, greeting every single person, that's what makes this all worth it. So these are amazing people, amazing role models, and so that makes every win special, and it makes the losses. People with high character are going to even turn losses into wins. So it makes it all worth it to me. And so it's a night that obviously, for that reason, for every reason, we won't forget this ever. That was a second sellout in the history of our program. And to win in style like that against your rival, what's better?
Scott, do you know people were scalping tickets outside? $25 general admission, they're usually $9.
Wow. Yeah. Write that. Where else is that happening? Yeah. So, what a blessing.
Is that legal?
That's a good question. Isn't that awesome that we have to find out? Yeah. There's potential illegal activity happening outside. So, all right, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Go Beavs!